Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to the final boss fight. So today I'm gonna show you how to customize your terminal app in macOS. So let's go ahead and get that started. If you're bored with just the basic terminal and you like using your terminal and you want to know how to customize it, this tutorial is for you. Hope it helps. So there are multiple ways, first of all, of starting terminal, right? So you can go to your launchpad and you won't see it immediately here, but you just need to go click on other and there's your terminal. You could probably drag it and drop it there so that next time it's much easier for you to open, but I don't really like that. And you can remove it from the dock. What I like to do instead is to go to Spotlight and type terminal there. Of course, you can get a Spotlight with command space also. Type terminal there. Another thing is you can just type term, it'll autofill for you, and then you hit right and you just open it. So as you can see, this is pretty basic. This is not interesting at all. So I'm gonna go ahead, and now there are two ways of doing this. You could probably Google for someone's pre-made themes. I will show you that in the next step, but first let's just go ahead and manually edit it. So go to terminal, click on preferences here. As you can see, you can even hit command comma. Let me show that to you in action. One of the good things about learning shortcuts is you don't need to remember everything. As you keep using it, it'll automatically come to you, and it really speeds up your workflow. And this is what I tell a lot of people. The best way to improve your technical capabilities is to start using shortcuts. You will see me try and use a lot of mouse clicks, and you might say, hey, you told us to use shortcuts, but that's because by using mouse clicks, it's going to show you where I'm clicking to use it for people who don't know shortcuts. Because if I'm going to do a tutorial that goes, hey, open preferences, hey, do this, hey, close preferences, you're not going to understand that. So just bear with me. As you can see, you can just open customization that way. So anyways, so we're in preferences now. These are by default the different options you get. If any of these serves your fancy, you can probably use that. Now let's open a new tab. What you can do is you can open a new tab by just without setting this as default. Let me just quickly show that to you. So I can go in here, go to shell, open a new tab. Now you can open a new tab with any of these profiles that are already there. So I can open that. I can open a new window with, say, another profile. So you can actually have multiple of these there stacked up, just so say I'd like to assign this particular tab to list all my directories. I like to assign this particular tab to update brew, homebrew, and I'd like this to use on nano because it's readable, nano test, so there are a lot of things you can do with customization. Again, it's up to you to do what you want. Again, I hit command W to close that window. You can do that as well, or just go ahead and close this. So anyways, so let's go ahead and just open a new window with profile basic, because that's what we're going to be customizing, and then go to terminal, click preferences. Great. So I'm going to go ahead and add a new profile and say the final boss fight. Custom brand profile, or whatever you want to name it. Cool. So we're gonna go ahead. Now I'm going to set this as default. So if you want that particular profile to automatically open every single time you just type in terminal, you're going to set this as default. Okay, so let me go ahead and now first change my background. Now I want my background to be LED, and let me just quickly show you what that's going to look like. Change my background to be profile. Cool. So I'm going to close this and then open a new one. There you go. So now what I can also do, of course, you can set a background image. I don't think I have any background image, so can't show you that, but I don't really want to do that. Cool thing you can do is reduce the opacity that way. Let me go ahead and change my text color. So you can see now the issue here I'm having is that the text is black, so it's not readable. So the way you change that is to come in here and click on text, and let's say white. There you go. Now you can read it. If you want to go the entire matrix style, you can choose your greens. If you want, again, absolutely depends on you. I'm gonna go choose white and close it out. And of course, when it comes to customization, you can do crazy shit. You can go to RGB sliders. Let me go back to text. So you can choose, you can enter a specific hex color. If you want gray, if you want white, I think it's, oops, sorry, I think it's, what is white? What is white? Isn't white zero zeros? 0 0 0 0 0. No? Oh, okay. That's weird. I guess you don't get pure white. Don't you get pure white? I need to check this out. Sorry, guys. Yeah. Oh, FFF. Yeah, you can't get pure black again. That's weird. Anyways, so yeah, you can also get this as well. So up to you. For now, I'm going to go with that. You can leave the others. I'll suggest you leave anti-aliasing on, because otherwise you're going to get jagged edges. Let me showcase that to you. Okay, so before everything else, I'd like to keep, this is how you change your font. So I'd like to keep it at around, say 18, maybe, yeah, might be slightly big. There's SF mono. So let's choose that, and there you go. So now if you can see, these edges are a little jagged, right? So that's what anti-aliasing does. If you can see, it just smooths out the whole thing in a nice way. You definitely use bold fonts, and you can also change how your cursor is going to appear. So right now I have it on underline. I can change my cursor color. Let's say I make that green. Let me make it a lighter green, or I can make it a vertical bar. I can say blink cursor, so it keeps blinking all the time. And I'm just going to leave it at block. So that again depends on what you want. Yeah, so there you go. Now another option I wanted to show you is to go ahead, and there's something called blur here, right? What that does is basically completely blur out this background, so that probably increases readability. And it's also you can choose separate opacities For inactive windows, so say I have another window, and so as you can see, I can change the blur of that inactive window, right? So there are multiple things that I'll probably leave my inactive window to much lesser blur, just to kind of distinguish that from each other. So there you go. And so again, this is one way of doing it. You can also change your selection. You know, in the starting of the video I said I'm not going to use shortcuts, and I've been using shortcuts, so sorry about that. Yeah, so selection is basically, say I want to say pink, what I select in, you can change that. I guess you can change the selection opacity. That's interesting. I don't know why you need to do that. Okay, I guess we want to see more of the text. Anyways, go ahead. So now what I'm going to do is, let's go ahead and export this. Save. This is what we want. Not a final. I can go ahead here and click on this icon, and you see there's an option called export. Now let's expand this and say I like being super organized, so I'm gonna go ahead and say customizations, and in that create a new folder called, what do you say, terminal. And then now I want to hit Command Shift N. That will give you a new folder. For this is another small tip that you can use, saves you a lot of time. And say my custom theme, and go ahead and save that. As you can see, this is gonna have, you can't see it now, but there you go. Close it out, close it out. If we go to terminal and say documents, customizations, terminal, my custom dot terminal. So that is one way of doing it. Now the second way of doing this is, I'm going to go on the internets, and I'm going to terminal themes macOS, and you'll find a lot of user generated content. So I'm gonna, the one that I found that is good for me after a lot of searching, excuse me, was the peppermint theme. So I'm gonna go terminal mac peppermint, and as you can see, the first hit, thanks to Noah Frederick, who's made this beautiful theme. This is his color palette. Sorry, I was just reading that. So this is what it's gonna look like. Let's go ahead and download the peppermint theme, and let's open it in Finder. As you know, I'd like to move this, so let's just drag this, go to documents, customizations, terminal, and my custom theme, and drop it in there. Now, so let's go ahead and close Safari. I'm gonna now open a new terminal. Again, let's go to preferences, and this time I want to click on this gear icon and choose import, and we're going to choose peppermint.terminal and say import. And as you can see, it shows up in our list, and I'm going to go and set that as default. Now there are a few things I don't really like in this. Let me just show you. Oops. So shell, new window with profile peppermint. Yeah, so it kind of defaults to this, and I need to go ahead and I want to kind of mix the changes that we made in the beginning uh, with the theme default. So I'm going to go ahead and first go to color and effects, and I want to slightly reduce the opacity even more, and then increase the blur to about 40%. Maybe come back 70% on the opacity. I don't want my bold text to be red. Um, I don't really think that's a good option, so I'm going to go ahead and change the bold text to maybe this color, which is a magenta. Close it out, and I want to change my selection again to magenta. Or I'm going to keep my selection as magenta, and I want to change my bold text to say 11. Cool. I think that works for me. And I'm definitely going to change the cursor to say a green. Is that a green? I want that. Okay. Probably the honeydew. It's an interesting name. Yeah. Cool. I could also change the cursor to magenta. Let's leave it at honeydew just to have different colors. And I like it to blink. Now, as you can see here, this theme has something called Monaco. Now this is the font that I like to use. It comes default with SF Mono, but I like Monaco. I think Menlo is a good one as well. So let's just go back to Monaco. I'm an M. Yeah, there you go. And change the size to 18. Sometimes 18 tends to be a little big, but that's okay. Interesting. Cool. And I want to, this is already set as default. So that's our, I could swear the last time I did this, it gave me a different, yeah, there you go. See, I could custom type it in. So I want to leave it at 17. And there you go. Now you can actually again, I'd suggest you, there you go. So doesn't that look so much better than, say, a shell with basic? Don't you think? So what I was saying was, now what I just did was a 3-finger swipe up. If you have a MacBook Pro, you do a 3-finger swipe up and you can switch spaces. I'll probably save that for a different tutorial. Now I'm going to export this. Remember just to export this again, and so save it as peppermint. Let's say the final boss fight peppermint version, because we want to change, we want to save the changes that we've made right now, so that if I lose this, oops, sorry about that. So if I lose this particular customization, I can always re-import it again. And there you go. So go ahead and close it out. And that's, I'm going to exit, and let's see if I want to just type in terminal, and it's going to open up my new theme. And brew, I'm just going to try and show you bold fonts. So brew update is probably going to give you that. I will, oh I didn't, brew Dr. Might. So you might ask me what brew is now, so I'm going to show you that in a different video. Basically you can install stuff with brew. So So there you go. So you see your that's your bold text, and this is how it looks. So there's a way of actually changing a lot of these like hidden files to show up in your custom colors. That is a little more complicated, and I'll probably cover that in a different video. So I hope you like this. If I missed out on something, or if you could maybe I said something wrong, do let me know in the comments, and also let me know what kind of videos you want. I'm just starting off, so you might, I mean, the recording might not be perfect, so this is one of my first tutorials. I hope I improved. Just leave your comments. If you like it, do subscribe if you like this, and more than anything, leave your honest comments. I know YouTube comments are, I'm gonna get probably varied comments, to put it lightly, but uh, do try and leave constructive comments. Yeah, let me know what you thought of it in a nice way if possible. And yeah, take care, have fun, have a good day, guys. Bye.